You Know Me Al, authored by Ring Lardner in 1916, later adapted into a nationally syndicated comic strip, unfolds as a collection of letters penned by the humorous pro baseball player Jack Keefe to his friend Al Blanchard. Through these letters, Jack recounts his amusing adventures and encounters as he navigates life in Bedford, Indiana. The narrative commences with Jack Keefe's baseball journey as a minor leaguer in Terre Haute, Indiana. Recognized locally for his remarkable pitching skills, Keefe soon receives the news that he's been drafted into the major leagues, joining the Chicago White Sox in 1914. His written correspondence, though barely literate, is addressed to his friend Al and serves as a window into his experiences in the world of professional baseball. The relationship between Keefe and Al is a peculiar one, marked by Keefe's near incapability to empathize or sustain a genuine friendship. He frequently brags and offers excuses for his actions while subtly patronizing Al to boost his own ego. Al, on the other hand, remains oblivious to Keefe's manipulative behavior, lacking the discernment to recognize that he's being used. Keefe's unwavering self-confidence leads him to divulge even the most trivial details of his life. He regales Al with elaborate tales of his comical escapades, all in pursuit of success in the major leagues. When Keefe attends an athletic training camp on the West Coast, he immediately clashes with his team's manager due to his overindulgence in food, insubordination, and overall laziness. While excelling as a pitcher with his right hand, Keefe displays a lack of commitment when it comes to fielding and monitoring base runners. The team's manager attempts to deal with him using sarcasm, but Keefe remains blissfully oblivious. Whenever Keefe performs poorly, he attributes it to a supposed sore arm and goes to great lengths to blame his teammates for any successful hits against him. Keefe's inflated ego also extends to his belief that women are irresistibly drawn to him. During his time at the camp, he encounters a young woman named Violet from Detroit and eagerly makes plans to pursue her when the White Sox play a game in her city. During spring training, Keefe initially performs admirably, earning a spot on the official White Sox roster. However, his first game against the Tigers turns into a disaster as he pitches poorly. To discipline him for his troublesome personality, the manager decides to keep him in the game to expose his inadequacies, resulting in the Tigers scoring 16 runs. Even baseball legend Ty Cobb manages to steal 4 bases from him. Unfazed, Jack shifts the blame for his dismal performance onto his arm. The manager's disgust with Keefe leads to his sale back to the minor leagues, where he joins a team in San Francisco. Despite initially sulking and contemplating quitting the sport altogether, Keefe eventually acquiesces and joins the new team. In San Francisco, he experiences a resurgence in his performance, achieving 11 consecutive victories. During this time, he becomes engaged to a woman named Hazel. At the close of the season, the White Sox recall him to the team. This time around, he pitches well enough to participate in the City Series game against the Cubs. Hazel requests financial assistance for her trip to Chicago to prepare for their wedding. Keefe, however, declines and sends her an insufficient amount, leading her to marry a boxer instead. Keefe once again pursues Violet, but she ends up marrying a different baseball player. Eventually, he marries a woman named Florrie, who happens to be the sister of Alan, a left-handed White Sox player. Florrie utilizes Keefe's earnings to lead a lavish lifestyle in Chicago and refuses to relocate to his hometown during the off-season. To save money, Alan and his wife move in with them, exacerbating the already strained household. Keefe and Florrie undergo a period of separation lasting a few months, but they eventually reconcile. They welcome a child named Alan, affectionately nicknamed Little Al. Florrie mistakenly believes the child is named after their mutual acquaintance Alan, but in reality, Keefe chose the name as a tribute to his friend Al, the recipient of his letters. Despite the birth of their son, the tension in their marriage persists, with constant arguments whenever Keefe is not engrossed in baseball. Infidelity has left its mark on their relationship, although Keefe remains oblivious to the possibility that little Al might not be his biological child. Keefe steadily establishes himself as a competent major league pitcher, yet he remains steadfast in attributing his losses to his teammates' shortcomings. His susceptibility to deception and unwavering self-absorption consistently create challenges, leading to doubts about whether he possesses the moral character necessary to be part of a professional team. Keefe's obsession with himself and his habitual tendency to assign blame to his fellow players prevent him from finding complete satisfaction in his baseball career. He seems trapped in a cycle of narcissism and finger-pointing, rendering him incapable of fully enjoying the sport. The novel concludes as Keefe embarks on a journey with his team to Japan, where they are slated to participate in a baseball exhibition. A comedic exploration of character flaws, the consequences of suppressing personal issues, and the failures in communication, Lardner juxtaposes Keefe's personality with the oblivious, passive, accommodating nature of Al Blanchard. Ultimately, the book implies that the challenges faced by a narcissist are never entirely resolved and can hinder one's ability to thrive in a team environment. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.